because the brother over there looked mean, that don't mean that he can beat me up. That don't mean that he's all that just because he looked mean. You seen people like that on TV? Especially on Gunsmoke. Come on, Raggedy Cowboys. I know y'all probably think I pick on Gunsmoke all the time, but yeah. But it's right there in front of my eyes. I can see it. And what happened in the end? Oh yeah, Mac Dillon get him. He can always get them, you know. And sometimes he run people out of town and they're not even charged with it. He's like, get out of my town. Y'all seen him do it. I know it's just a television program, but in real life, it's a picture, real life. Yeah. So, she was strong. And she knew how to do things. Ain't that right, Kitty? Not you. We can apply, for example, in our own lives today. Esther, we can apply that to our own lives. Esther was brave, and I'm gonna tell you right now, some of y'all are just too brave. Just calm down. Your time will come when you're supposed to say what you got to say, do what you got to do. That's what you call intelligence. But be brave. She risked her own life to save the Jewish people from genocide. Genocide means the killing of a race. How many of y'all would do that? In the book of Esther, she was chosen by God to be his instrument of deliverance. Let me say that again. In the book of Esther, she was chosen by God to be his instrument of deliverance. Let me say this without being presumptuous. All of y'all have been chosen for God's purpose. It is up to him because he's God to decide what your purpose is. Amen. Y'all got it? Yeah. Oh yeah, you got it. Esther used her position as queen to rescue the Jewish people from destruction. She might have been a queen, but guess what? He can use a janitor too. Because if a shooting get ready to go down in the school, the janitor can save the whole school if God want to use him. So he can use anybody he wants to. Esther lived in ancient Persia about 100 years after the Babylonian captivity. Her Hebrew name was Hadassah, H-A-D-D-A-S-S-A-H, and I spell it out for those of you who want to say, he sure didn't pronounce that right. I spelled it right. Now it's up to you to see how it's pronounced. You might be from Texas. It might sound different. When Esther's parents died, she was adopted and raised by her older cousin, Mordecai. The book of Esther shows the choice we make between seeing God, seeing the hand of God in our circumstances. And I like that, I love that, because whatever you go through, brother, sister, I don't care. Whatever your circumstances may be, you ought to be looking for God's hand because he's there. You just got to reach out and touch him. The book of Esther shows the choice we make between seeing the hand of God in our circumstances in life and seeing things as merely, that was just a coincidence. Just a coincidence? No, it wasn't. God is in control of all things. While you may be experiencing brokenheartedness, while you may be going through some brokenheartedness, is this your time for God's grace to be spread abroad in your life to his glory? Is this your time to be brokenhearted? Thank you. You may be brokenhearted because of the wicked devices of others, but God has a plan for your life that outweighs any evil that may have been done to you. Y'all hear me? God is the sovereign ruler of the universe, and we can be assured by his plans we will not be moved by the actions of mere evil men. Esther proved to have a godly, teachable spirit. How many in here got teachable spirit? Then you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. How come I can't tell you something? You think you know everything. Esther proved to have a godly and teachable spirit that also showed great strength and willing obedience. How many of y'all are willing to be obedient when you know you should be obedient? When you know it's the right thing to do, how many of you will do it? I'm just asking. Esther shows us that remaining respectful and humble, even in difficult, if not humanly impossible circumstances, and often sets us up to be the vessel of untold blessings. Do you need a blessing? Do you need a blessing? Thank you. For both ourselves and others. While you may be faced with afflictions, stress, depression, it seems at every corner and every turn in your life, is this your time for God's peace to come and rest upon your life to his glory and purpose? Is this your time? I got some good news. I'm ready to close. Remember, we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them that are the called according to his purpose. In closing, I want to encourage each one of you to read and study the entire book of Esther in a given period of time at your own pace. In addition, make it your noble and spiritual goal to read and study the whole Holy Bible. I know y'all like that. You can do it. Remember, you're called out of darkness into the marvelous light, that you may be a light to who? Others who are lost in the world of what? Darkness. 1 Peter, 2nd chapter, the 8th verse says, but you are a chosen vessel, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into the marvelous light. God bless you. Thank you once again for your presence. And we thank God. Have a wonderful week.
Amen.